fornication and this before marriage.
Boyfriend, girlfriend,
especially
or
in the university life. Let us just take a little a little path from the topic. Looking
No problem.
From the parents.
Okay.
How can they help that person with this responsibility?
First of all, I disagree with this statement about he have to have a certain degree. Is our greed, because we want a special standard of life.
Yes.
If I find a woman that who ready to live according, you see, my standard of living or whatever it is. So you try to tell me everybody with a master degree and PhD degree, everybody marries that you have a master degree? Of course it's not. Okay? But our greed that we want this and that and this and that. So actually you are not marrying the man because his manhood or because his religion. You marrying his degree, how much money he's going to be making, and how much you're going to be saving for yourself, and what kind of furniture you're going to have. So the whole thing now became focusing about material thing, about the dunya. It's not about how to build a house. Because the house is built on love first. You can have the best house, jacuzzi, swimming pool, name it, everything. But there is no communication, no understanding, no teamwork. It's not going to help. It's going to be like a hellfire inside the house. This is reality, we see it. Okay? We know some people even in New York. Alright? They have a master degree, they have a license to teach, okay? They could not find a job. So now what? He's going to divorce his wife, or he stay, understand, with no marriage all his... I see them selling incense in the street. And they're making money. Making $40 and $50 a day. Halal money. Why you could not get married?
Subhanallah. Sheikh, we'll continue talking about the preparation of being an ideal husband, but we'll take a short break here on the straight path, and we'll be back right after this, inshaAllah.
My world is bright, Islam is my sight.
What do parents want from their teens?
In the current times, I think that that's not what's so. I think that young people are very unique.
You tell them right, they say no, it's left. You said okay, it's left, they say it's right.
Actually, a lot of time amongst ages, 14 to 20 are spent on the computer and TV.
Everyone has a good side and a bad side, and the peers really play on these.
If you want to live by the Sunnah, you're going to be different than everybody else in the society, even other Muslims.
Physically and financially able to get married, they should get married. This is what the Sunnah tells us.
And please do not let this type of gang life go any farther.
We're attempting to bridge the gap that seems to be growing more and more every day.
Now my world is bright, Islam is my sight.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back. You're watching The Straight Path. We're talking about being the ideal husband in Islam. And of course, the idealist of husband was the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We still have with us the Imam and Director of the Islamic Center of Colombia, Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Adli. You're mentioning the story just now before about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam defending Hafsa and Aisha in front of their fathers. This is a common thing, if you would agree with me, that many men today believe that the real manhood in front of his wife is that she doesn't speak back to him and she doesn't raise his voice to him. And if she does this, then big problems, maybe war in the home.
I think he is not developed enough in his manhood, because the one who's much better than him, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he took this kind of mentality or this kind of abuse. What did he do, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was calm, and even when the father of his wife or his father-in-law show up, and now he want to beat his daughter, he's the one who is defending her. We have to understand, one of the main things to make you a successful person in your marriage, you have to understand the personality and the emotion of a woman. You have to understand what is a woman. And Even the Prophet ﷺ say that they are being created from a crooked rib. And the most crooked part of the rib is the upper part. So some of the scholars, they say the upper part is her tongue. Okay? So this is something with women, and she's going to talk. But you have to be patient. It's not politics. And it's not all what she's saying, it have to be true. And there is a guy, they ask him, they was making a joke, they say, why do you have 2 ears? He said, you understand, so I can hear from one and let it go from the other one. So sometimes we need to, not to take everything so serious that I have to count how many words she said and how much she raised her voice and all these things. Let it go sometimes. Let it go from here, here. And after this, if even you do this, I will guarantee, half an hour later, you will see. She will say, I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was saying. I have a school today. I have the kids give me a hard time today. She will try even to make some excuses. She will feel it. She will feel it. So the best answer, you understand, that calm down.
Is to be quiet.
Take it easy. Yeah. Take it easy, okay? And it's not because you coward or you could not. No. It's remember when Allah said, وَالْقَاذِمِينَ الْغَيْظِ وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ. Those who control their anger, when they get angry. When the Prophet ﷺ say, who is the stronger person? Not the one who wrestles the other one, but the one who controls himself when he get angry. We need to practice this in the house, not only outside in the street.
Yes. Sheikh, if we really summed up what we have said there, we have talked about the love that the husband should show and how to be patient in dealing with the wife. Okay, let's go to the other department of, and we see this as lacking in many families. In the Muslim families, the lack of educating the family of being good Muslims and the tarbiyah of the children and of course the tarbiyah of the wife. The husband lacks it. How can we take from the Prophet ﷺ teaching his wife? How can we implement this to be ideal husbands?
I think the problem that happen nowadays that the education system for our boys and our girls, doesn't matter. If in Islamic country, Arab country, Kafir country, it doesn't make a difference between teaching male and female. This one thing.
Yes.
The second problem, it doesn't prepare them for the future. So when you go to school, you understand, for 12, 20 years, going from elementary to middle to high to college, nothing tells you basically about how to discipline, how to deal with a problem, how to present ideas, how to have a decent conversation, somebody listen, somebody talk. It doesn't go a different angle for a woman about birth, pregnancy, about wife, about home economics. Nothing of these things. So our system, it doesn't have these things. Before you found, even with no schools and all these things, that in the house itself, there is a system about training and teaching and discipline. So you see the Prophet ﷺ, even before he becomes a prophet, and he told us that مَا مِن نَبِيٍّ إِلَّا وَرَعَ الْغَنَمِ. There is no prophet except he was a shepherd. And this is the training program that Allah made it for all the prophets, because they're going to take care of people and ummah. So they have to keep eye. So now he trains them in sheep. You see? So the training was there. The society that surrounding them, giving them and feeding them certain discipline about how to be brave, how to be good to your guest. All these things is already exist. And after this comes the deen also to add to this. So you found that the Prophet ﷺ teaching these things, and he already has these things and increased these things. So it became a part of the development and the growth of the children, boys and girls.
Yes.
So they be prepared for these things.
Okay, when we read into the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ, we read about the story of when